you what interaction you had with the Bucs and how cool it is to be coming to Tampa?
I had no interaction with the Bucs outside of the Senior Bowl. I talked to everybody at the Senior Bowl. I really had no clue about the draft. I had no clue I was getting ready for free agency. So it was really such a good surprise. And, I don't know if there's a better place I'd rather be, to be honest.
Tell me how important special teams is for you. How much of that will be a part of your chances to make this team and make it a contribution this year?
I know that my immediate impact is going to come in that area of the game. So I'm really trying to be the best player in the league in that area of football, and I really believe I can do that. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can from film and from the guys there, and hopefully I can, make an impact immediately.
Thanks, Grant. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll go over to Jenna Lane.
Grant, how did your dad know of all the teams that it was going to be the Bucs that were going to select you, or what gave him that feeling that it was going to be Tampa Bay? Why was that the only hat?
That was the weird thing. My dad came from Spring. I live in Houston, so he came from Spring, Texas, and he said, someone just told him to grab a hat, because he's a hat guy, so he just grabbed a random hat that he had. He didn't know what this was. I didn't know what this was. And then, when their pick was up and they were on the phone, he was pointing at the hat. And I was like, that's just crazy. Like, it was just, by chance, so.
You've had to overcome a lot in your young life already. What does it mean to encounter some of the struggles that you've encountered and to get to this point?
I mean, it means a whole lot. I can tell you that as soon as I, heard my name called, that it kind of all came at once. Just the memories of, the various struggles just going through with my siblings and, with my family and, maybe living in different homes, living away from my siblings and all this type of things that had just been really difficult for me in my life. It just kind of shows, my biggest goal in this football thing is really just to, give glory and honor to the Father, but also to, provide a positive example and role model for my siblings. And now they see that no matter what adversity, you can still reach your goals. It's still, an opportunity for you there if you just continue to work hard and do what you're supposed to. So
it sounds like you can be an example to even more than just your siblings now that you have a bigger platform for that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll go over to Rick Stroud.
Obviously, we've sort of just become familiar with your story, but I know you've done some things in terms of making awareness to sex trafficking, whether it was, I guess, the Heels to Halos. Can you just tell us about that and how personal that is for you and important?
Well, yeah. So I really just feel called to give back to others and as much as I can do. And, a big passion of mine is to spread the gospel and to spread the message of Jesus Christ. And so, whether it's a toy drive I did or a back to school drive or food drive or the Heels to Halos, it's really it's really finding opportunities to give back and actually doing something about it. And I feel like no matter what it is, and so I feel like as a football player, I have such a big platform to be able to do that. So, coming in? Yeah. Okay. This is my mom. Hi. So yeah, I feel like as a football player, you have such a big platform to do stuff like that. So every opportunity I have, somebody will hit me, hey, I'm doing this. So Megan from Heels to Halos just said, we're having a fundraiser. Can you just raise $100? I said, I can do you better. I started my own fundraiser and, with my bench press. So we raised a whole bunch of money for them. That is definitely really important to me. Any area that I can help, I'm trying to help,
Thanks.
We'll go over to Joey Knight.
Grant, it's been said you've got a pretty high-octane, ceaseless motor on the field. What inspires you on the field, and what inspired the long hair? Where did that come from?
Okay. On the field, honestly, during my upbringing, there was a lot of uncertainty in different areas of my life in regards to what school I might go to, or there were times it was like who I'm going to live with, or the only thing that was always certain 100% of the time was that football was going to be played in August. My family, everybody's always been super supportive in that area of my life. And so that has always meant so much more to me than I believe most players. So I feel like I play with that all the time. Like, it's just, I care a lot more about it because it's an opportunity for me to show my siblings, like, hey, we had some adversity. Oh well, like there's opportunities, whether it's in school, football, sports, whatever it is, there's opportunity to improve it and make something of yourself. In relevance to my long hair, to be honest, I had an aunt, her name was Samantha. She always told me, to grow my hair out. She always told me that that's something that I should be doing because it would look good. It would get to this awkward stage and then I would stop it. And I remember one time my dad encouraging me as well to grow my hair out. And so, just taking their advice, heeding their advice, I did it kind of, as a tribute to her, and also as from direction from my family. And it just stuck, just became part of me as well. So.
And how many siblings do you have, Grant?
I have 4.
Thank you.
We're going to go to Josh Allen. For any other media questions, please raise your hand.
Hey, Grant, congratulations on being drafted by the Buccaneers.
Thank you.
So we last spoke at your pro day, but I was kind of wondering, with your position flexibility, obviously you played nickel safety, you played weak side linebacker, middle linebacker, you led the team in tackles both of those years, was voted as a captain. How do you think your versatility as well as special teams and being able to play a little bit of safety, weak side, middle linebacker will help you make this team?
I think that my versatility is going to help me because I understand every defensive concept from a 4-2-5, 4-3, 3-4, 5 down. I've played in every concept there is, and I've played really every position that there is, even corner in high school. So even offense in college. So, literally for me, it's like, where do you need me, coach? And what do you need me to do? And then give me some time to, prepare for it. And I'm going to be the most prepared. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try harder than anybody else to get the job done, So that's what I feel like my role can be. It can be week to week basis. It can be team, year by year basis, So I'm just really excited for them to just tell me, hey, this is what we need you to do. So I can just spend time right now preparing myself and making sure I'm the best that I can be.
Yeah, and you had a really strong showing at the Senior Bowl. How do you think that propelled you to get on more teams' radars to really take another look at you? And I know you said you didn't speak with the Buccaneers at your pro day. When did that communication start?
Like I said, we had mandatory meetings with all 32 teams at the Senior Bowl, aside from the Rams because they weren't there. So I had a brief 15-minute meeting with them that, to be honest, I don't really remember too much from it. I just remember excited, it's the world champions. But at the Senior Bowl, really what I was trying to do, considering I was playing through some injury, I was really just trying to, 1, show them that I was going to be tough, even though I was hurt and I was going to be out there, I was going to play. And 2, I was trying to show them my character and my leadership and my energy and my infectious attitude that shows out whenever you see me on the field, or you can see in other players, even if I'm on the sideline. I feel like that's a role I play, is getting everybody excited and ready to play ball. So I feel like that's what I got done at the Senior Bowl.
Awesome. Congratulations. Welcome to Tampa.
Thank you.
We have time for a few more. We'll go over to Rick Stroud.
Grant, nobody cares where you're drafted as long as you're on an NFL roster. Did you watch the whole draft, and had you thought that, well, it's probably not going to happen for me this way?
I watched every pick. I watched every pick. I had so many friends that I felt like were going to go early. I had friends, just went throughout the whole draft. And then towards the end of the draft, I was working free agency deals, looking like, I guess I'll go there. Like, there was a lot going on, people in my ear, people upset with me, just like, look, I'm just let the draft finish and then we'll talk about it, So definitely, like, especially I think after the Rams pick in the 7th, or the Broncos, I wasn't like, I was just finishing the draft out, hoping one of my friends would go. So, here in Tampa Bay, call me. that was just crazy. Like, I can't even. That is the best team. So I'm just like, oh, I'm ready to go, So, and my friend, Jalen Darden going as well. So it's just like, I know it shows me what they value because I know that kid and I know how hard he goes, and it shows me what the organization values. So I'm just like, I feel like I'll be appreciated there. So I feel like it was a good move.
You know him from high schools or playing?
I know him from high school, but I also played him in college, and I trained with him at Exos in this offseason as well.
Gotcha. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go over to Jenna Lane.
Grant, you talked a few moments ago about faith and the role that Jesus has played in your life, but going through the tough times that you went through, how big of a role did faith play in getting you to that point?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking me that question. To be honest, my whole life, I was kind of, I was always in the church. I was always singing. I was always worshiping and stuff like that. But I didn't really have a strong relationship with Christ. And I didn't give my life to Christ and make him the Lord of my life until September 22nd, 2019. And to be honest, that is when everything really just changed for me. As far as, understanding what it is to be a man, understanding what it is to be a follower of Christ, how to set that positive example, and really how not to be stressed out about, life's difficulties, like the draft for this instance. We prayed multiple times during the draft because it was a high stress type deal, but, just trusting the Lord that he's going to provide, trusting him that he's going to put me in the right position. And, his promises are always fulfilled. So
How did because Jason Light had told us a little bit about your story that you had taken care of your siblings, and when you have to be a leader at home, how does that translate or give you some of the leadership skills to go out into the world and to be a leader in the workforce, to be a leader at your life, and having to do it at such a young age?
Yeah, I really think that what that taught me to do growing up was just to problem solve. And there was a lot of times in life growing up with my siblings that, we might be stuck in a situation or something, and it just be kind of like, okay, we have a problem here. Now are we going to cry and complain, or are we going to find a solution to the problem? And, I was always that dude, like, let's find a solution and let's get it done. Let's not make any excuses. Let's not wallow on anything. So I really feel like just growing up, like, for any problem that arises in my life, I think about how to improve it, how to make a solution rather than dwell on it and be upset about it. So I really think it just made me more aware of situations and just able to adapt, regardless of what's going on. So
Thank you. Congratulations.
thank you.
Okay, I think that's all for today. Thanks for taking the time, Grant. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.